So after Sean Strickland exposed Israel Adesanya at the press conference, and I exposed Israel Adesanya a couple of days before that as well, which led to the exposure at the press conference about the whole dog situation, Israel Adesanya has responded. Earlier today, he went on an absolute Twitter spree. He didn't respond at the press conference because at the press conference, he was getting cooked so unbelievably bad, he shrank up into a little ball of silence and just waited for it all to pass over. But now that he's at home, he's taken a few hours and he's formulated his little Twitter spree and he's done many things. He reverse exposed Sean Strickland, by the way, which is pretty crazy if it's true. Really crazy if it's true, and I'm going to talk about that, and we need some answers from Sean Strickland because it is sick what he re-exposed about Sean Strickland, or exposed again, counter-exposed about Sean Strickland, if you will. He also started disowning his fan base for saying that they can't condone what he's doing right now on Twitter, lent into the dog things massively, and exposed himself even more with some more really creepy stuff that he put on Twitter. He seems to have this mindset, and we're going to go through it in a second, of if I'm making the jokes, then other people can't because I'm owning it. It doesn't matter, dude. When you do something so weird like that, you can own the joke all you want. You're just owning being an absolute disgrace. So we start here. He made a video. I'm not going to play it, but he basically made a video saying, don't react, respond. Another cringe little one-liner that he does. That's the only way you can speak with any charisma whatsoever, if it's a pre-planned one-liner from someone else that's already said it in history. But yeah, Israel Adesanya basically said, don't react, respond, and said that he's going to make his response now on Twitter to the whole situation because he couldn't make it at the press conference because he was being unbelievably cooked, not just from Sean Strickland, but then Manel Kape started jumping in. Chef Manel Kape started jumping in and adding some oil to the fire as well. And then they had him leaving. They had him left on the counter cooking at room temperature for a bit as well towards the end. So he shut down at the press conference, but here's his response on Twitter. He says, don't react, respond. He goes on to talk about the UFC game here and some other stuff that he retweets as well, but this was a while ago. He just reposted it. And he said, I don't know how Strickland jerks off, but his idea of jerking off is well off. Lol, anyway, why tell the truth when lie is more entertaining for the retards like him? I said the word, now demonetized. That's the best you got? No real scandal worth a TMZ shout? Ha 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 ha. It's crazy that this scandal is not worth a TMZ shout. I'm going to be real with you, Israel Adesanya. It's absolutely ridiculous that this has not caused some kind of TMZ situation for you. You're very lucky that it hasn't, because here's the problem that we're running into here. Everyone is just talking about one part of this whole weird situation. They're either talking about the page that he follows, they're talking about that weird interview moment, and they're talking about the actual video of him playing with his dog's dick. Okay? Regardless how you... That wasn't jerking off. What? You going to show us real jerking? Like, what's he saying? I'll show you jerking off. That's not jerking off. Like, okay, dude, whatever you want to classify it as. You were playing with your dog's lipstick. That's all we know on camera. People are defending these things individually. The problem I have with all of this is that they're all coming together. You were playing with it on video. Then you're following, and people aren't talking about this, and Israel Adesanya's not talking about this either. You were following a dog fetish page on Twitter. You have liked other dog fetish things on Twitter, on Instagram as well. You're into that whole scene. And that's something that's not being said in defense of Israel Adesanya. They're saying it wasn't really jerking it, he was just playing with the dog's dick. Which is a crazy defense that we're having now. By the way, it really shows you where we are in the world. But they're arguing, oh, you only made a joke in an interview and it didn't land. Why are you guys being so crazy? It's not the individual things. The individual things are bad enough. They're weird enough. It's all of them put together that make this entirely creepy. And that's what my video was. But they know they can't defend it when it's all put together. So they just attack the individual things and say the individual things aren't weird. That wasn't jerking off. I was only playing with the dick. That's really the defense that we're going with here. But whatever. We move on to some other stuff. Keep reaching, you inbred fucks. I'm about to kill your president. So he's saying everyone's reaching, the inbred fans of Sean Strickland. I just thought I'd show this. Israel Adesanya calling people inbred. This is your stock. You know what I'm saying? So you chill it with the inbred. comments, in my opinion, Israel Adesanya. You're from a very rich lineage of aristocrat Yoruba Nigerians. I don't know if you know how rich lineages work, but, if we look back in everyone's history, we'll find a bit of that, mate. So don't be so holier than thou on the whole inbreeding situation. Is Sean Strickland a little bit inbred? Yes, he's probably more inbred than yeast. However, let's not throw stones in glass houses, Israel Adesanya, okay? If you had a bit more body fat, this would be your face. All right, mate? So let's chill out on the inbreeding stuff. We move on, though. He then posts this, which is crazy. Yo, gremlins missed this one. I made a bitch come. He's leaning into it so hard. So and I didn't even know this. I wish I knew this in the first place. So you ever made a bitch squirt? Me. And he plays this video. And he plays a video of him making a dog ejaculate itself in excitement, probably peeing itself, if we're being honest with you. And he zooms in on it and says, yeah, good girl, and all this type of stuff. Let me see if I can play you guys the audio of this. The dog just did this on his own. But it's the groan that Israel Adesanya makes. I don't even know if he checked the audio on this video before he posted it, you creep. Listen to the groan of enjoyment that Israel Adesanya makes as this dog, in his mind, comes itself, okay? In excitement.
Hey.
Listen to the groan that Israel Adesanya is about to make as he notices his dog's doing this. As your dog's doing that, you're a creep. And he's like, I'm exposing myself. This is the 8 Mile moment. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. It all circles back to that. This is his 8 Mile moment. I do live in a trailer park with my mom and all this type of stuff. Like, he's just trying to, I'm beating you to the punch. You can't unveil this about me. I'm going to do it myself. What are you doing, dude? As your dog does that, you're a creep. And you've just done another video on that. Regardless how much you think you're playing into it and joking about it, it's still weird. Now, is this him doing this to the dog, or is this a natural reaction from the dog? Whatever. But it's the groan as he does it, as he notices it in the background. What are you doing? Like, Jesus Christ, he's a creep. We move on. I drowned a puppy called Peter Griffin, and now he's making jokes about it. Which is interesting, but whatever, you know. Really good one there, dude. That's crazy. Then he does this. I TikTok dance on your grave. Millionaire will shit on it too. Cool. And this is crazy from Sean Strickland, dude. This is actually absolutely crazy. I don't know where the proof of this is, but this is Strickland. There you go. Sean Strickland MMA on Instagram. Crazy amount of replies he was doing to people. You seen this, champ? I never killed a dog, he says here. What keeps life exciting? Do you just happy waiting to die? Maybe you should start hunting. You get to kill things legally. This is crazy from Sean Strickland. And he needs to clear this up, in my opinion, because this is weird. And I don't like this whatsoever. Although we're cooking Adesanya, we got to add some fucking fire to the pan of Sean Strickland as well here, because Jesus, dude. What is this? I don't like killing animals, but if you put a weapon in my hands, I can't help myself. Killed a dog once, still feel bad about it. Did he... This is the weirdest thing. He needs to clarify this. Is it him putting down a dog, like sometimes they do in America in the sticks? Is it him hitting a dog with his car? If you actually walked up to a dog and shot it in the head, I don't care what kind of psycho character you're doing or psycho storyline you're playing out, that's just weird as fuck. Like, you need to clarify that immediately. At that point, it's actually evil. That is genuinely an evil act. And this is crazy that this came up. I don't even know how to respond to this one. You know what I'm saying? This is absolutely crazy. But, not condoning it in any way. We know Sean Strickland is a psycho. And therefore, Sean Strickland cannot get the benefits of not being one. He doesn't get the major... I know Monster sponsored him and stuff, but he doesn't get the mainstream push. He gets hushed by the mainstream. He gets hushed by the UFC. Because of these things that he's done, these horrible things that he's done, he gets the hush. He doesn't get this swept under the rug by the UFC. Okay? He doesn't. He doesn't get this he doesn't get the same level of promotion because of this. Israel Adesanya said himself he had to beg the UFC to have Strickland get this title shot because they didn't want to give him one because of Sean Strickland. Here's Nasruddin Imavov, here's Abbas Magomedov. He doesn't get the nice treatment on his way to the top, okay? Because of these things. Israel Adesanya does, despite the things that he's done, and that's why we call it out, because of the hypocrisy behind it and the differential treatment that he gets. But at the end of the day, this is absolutely disgusting from Sean Strickland. I know he's told stories, and you obviously know these things are going to come out about Sean Strickland because he said that he used to wander around streets at night with a weapon waiting for an opportunity to kill someone. Like, he's actually had some psycho years of his life, absolutely psycho years of his life. We know about that, but this is just fucking why are they all, what are we going to find out next that someone's done to a dog? Am I going to rumble the whole roster at this point? It's just weird. Why do these guys have so much dirt on them compared to other sports? You know what I'm saying? It's just, if you dig enough in these MMA fighters' history, you'll find some weird shit. And maybe it's just the middleweight division at this point, to be honest with you. Everyone but Whittaker is an absolute creep, it seems. But this is disgusting. And Strickland needs to honestly answer to this a little bit, man, because this is going to do the rounds. And it's weird as hell. It's absolutely weird as hell. And I don't want to play the game, but you molested one, so it doesn't matter if he killed one. No, this is all bad. Absolutely terrible. Don't condone any of it. I'm not going to play the game of defending Strickland because he went after Adesanya and I wanted Adesanya to be exposed. No. You know what I'm saying? So that's bad. And he did actually reverse cook Strickland. I'm going to be real with that. Strickland, when he realizes the press conference done, this ain't anything. Nah, Stylebender, I don't know why he retweeted or anything. I don't know what that's even about. Me right now, low slept, all this, and there's other stuff that he's done. Wants to do a dog celebration when he knocks out Sean Strickland as his celebration. He then roasts Manel Cap for height again. Kai Kara France on suicide watch right now. Internet Izzy, let's normalize the word approve. He then leans into it. I won't need a death note, just this. Him and his dog. So he's leaning into the dog stuff that he's been doing. I'm going to go to the replies in a second, and we're going to go through all of them as well. Hold up, let me cook. And then this is crazy stuff as well that I'm going to get him on because he was hypocritical here. I know I used my platform to ask about the list. Someone has the clip. I don't brag about being a good person because I can also be a bad person. Israel's real, Sean's a pawn. Now, this is the weird stuff. He then goes on to talk about how some research, how many... I want to talk about this, though, about the Epstein stuff. You got Mark Zuckerberg on your fucking... if Mark Zuckerberg pays you enough money, you're boys with him. Absolutely boys with him. You want to talk about creepy guys on top of the world? If Epstein paid you enough money, you probably would have flown out. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. You can't be calling out this type of stuff and saying, I did this. Oh, how's your relationship with Zuckerberg, dude? Oh, he's a great guy. We'll get more onto the Zuckerberg topic as well. Because I remember there was this whole controversy about Zuckerberg meeting with that dude that you mentioned in this tweet that I can't even mention because of how weird the world is right now. Some research, how many of my recent opponents immediately get signed to Monster, that pig-headed fuck. This guy calling me a sellout, meanwhile he literally sold his soul for a bag. This is why yous will always get fooled by politicians. I just kept it real and chill. Even look at his shirt, the hat. The guy's pandering. Bet he won't do a shoey. Nah, it's calm, soon kill. Now, they're talking about he sold his soul for Monster, and he sold his soul for this. You're sponsored by Prime. This is literally the Spider-Man meme here. I don't know how they don't see this when they're tweeting it. I guess they just have their say, and they don't respond to the backlash of it. You're sponsored by Prime. You don't be calling out anyone for signing to Monster. And you even mentioned it right away. You're a monster, but I'm in my prime. You made a nice little one-liner cringe about it again. You're a gimmick as well. You're a sellout as well. This guy calling me a sellout, he signed to Monster. Monster's more established brand. Prime is literally a scam. I've seen countless videos exposing that Prime is an absolute waste of a product that's just not even beneficial to you hydration-wise whatsoever. I'm sure you guys have seen those videos. More Plates, More Dates did a 3-hour documentary on it, for God's sakes. You had no problem taking their money. No problem taking their money whatsoever. So what's this Spider-Man meme all over again? K interweeb Izzy out, comment, retweet, I'll be back tomorrow. He then says and pins this that he posted 7 hours ago. Speaking of politics, hey New Zealand, well Earth. He starts calling out this because I think he's realised with his weirdness and going up against Strickland, he's lost his based fan base that he had. Okay, and this is what happens sometimes. There was another time when Israel Adesanya lost a bit of the based fan base, when he randomly started tweeting like, these guys don't know what a girl really is on a podcast. Remember that one? And he like panders back to that community. And he's trying to scoop up some likes here with this one. Again, you're chilling with Mark Zuckerberg, dude. You want to talk about control over the jab? You want to talk about forced control and information stuff that was suppressed? You want to talk about that stuff and how New Zealand's so bad and this is what I do. I stick up for the country. I stick up against these tyrants. Oh, hey, Zuckerberg. Oh, I'll do anything you want for the money. You ain't got no backbone on this. If the New Zealand government paid you enough, you'd be singing their praises as well. Because Zuckerberg did the same shit they did. And you were all for Zuckerberg. Let's train together, dude. Let's match gynos. Let's rub our gyno tits together. That's what you were doing with Zuckerberg. No problem with it. Why? Paid you the bag. So you can't be playing this game of I stick up to these tyrants. No, you don't. You welcomed a tyrant to come train with you, hung out with him, good buds with him now, because he's an MMA fan. That's all it took. And now you're buds with him. He better have paid you. Jesus. That's weird. We're going to go to some of the replies that he's done. Speaks about this in cinemas, all this about his documentary, interweeb, it mentions all this. There's other stuff. Why do you have so much to say after the presser is done? I don't react, I respond. Learn, young'un. I.e., I got cooked so unbelievably badly, I didn't know where to turn, and my charisma is that of an absolute sponge, so I couldn't say anything. I needed to wait and formulate it over 4 hours. If he had a great one-liner in the press conference, I bet you it wouldn't be, I don't react, I respond. You know what I mean? So he just waits, doesn't say anything in the moment, because you had nothing to say, and this isn't defending yourself. You're just leaving it obscure on Twitter, where you can't be grilled about it in person, back-to-back in conversation. And then he does this. There's other stuff as well. We're going to scroll through. Hold up, let me cook. There's way more replies that he did before as well. How's the weight cut? Easy. You're to go. I'm a dog. Woof. Haha. Playing into it. That means I'm not weird. You know what I mean? Bro, hook him up with a booster seat, laughing and stuff. Kai Kara France, really on Chris Dorcas watch right now. There's other response that he did. Will you babysit my puppy? Someone sent him. A pink puppy on a thing. Cute. I think he's just baiting with that one. Nothing to it there. But this is weird. If my dog could speak, the things he would snitch about me, but he won't because he's my best friend. Well, yeah, he's seen me go through it. Hard, broke, struggling. You've never been broke. You grew up with servants. Your family's rich. You don't know broke, kid. And you're 35, I think, at this point. So it's weird I'm calling you kid. You're a decade older than me. Okay? You've never been broke. Oh, I got picked on at school for being a weird cringe freak. You deserved it, probably. No, they bullied me for my body popping. Oh, shit, dude. You had it real rough, dude. People don't have food on their fucking table, dude. I bet he was in his fucking one-bedroom apartment like, God, I just don't have the mansion I want. You know what I mean? Like, no, dude. You've never been broke. All my convos to myself, me depressed at a young age, dealing with BS people in my life back then and some, he's seen it all. How is that going to snitch on you? Snitching implies you've done something wrong. What, is the dog going to learn to talk and say, you should have seen him crying that one time. He was sad this one time in the mirror. Like, no. You know what I mean? It was a weird thing that you said, and it's all of them combined. Everyone's tackling these things individually. All of them combined are weird as fuck. They're really weird combined. And again, you're still following dog fetish pages. Ain't seen no response to any of that. So you can tackle all these individual things that people are bringing up. You're still following dog fetish pages. Ain't seen you mention a thing about that. Ain't seen you mention a thing about that. Why? Because that is the cement that holds all these bricks of weirdness together. Forget all this other stuff. All of this other dog stuff, you can try and find a way to explain it. Playing with its stuff on camera is weird as fuck. It's the fact that you are following and involved with dog fetish groups. That's what no one's talking about. And that's what you're not talking about. Why? Because that's the thing that breaks down your house of cards. And that was the foundation for my argument that you're a creep. And no one brings that up. Everyone's like, oh, just tackle this bit and that bit. Won't mention the fetish page, though. The fetish page is proof of your fetish, and it changes the tone of everything you say about dogs and any way you act with dogs. That's the weird bit that no one's mentioning. Either way, the best, you have a Rottweiler, you're a pervert, it's a fact, accept it, never denied it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's a better swimmer than you. Yeah, and she is. She's black too, whatever that is. And again, he's responded to this one. Why are you putting fuel into the fire, champ? Make it burn them. You can leave too. So these guys are trying to support him, basically. And they're like, dude, we can't support you. Why are you pouring fuel onto the fire, champ? Please stop. You can leave too. And he basically was telling a lot of people to just leave and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Izzy, look, this is a guy who's probably trying to protect him online. Got an Israel Adesanya profile picture. Izzy, I'm getting cooked out here. You aren't helping my case, brother. Please, leave. You're going to be critical of me as a fan and not follow my every move and not question me? Leave. Never question me as a fan. You support no matter what. Like, no, dude. They can't. He's getting cooked out here. You know what I mean? He only touched his dog's... I've seen the comments of these guys defending him. Yeah, he only touched his dog's willy. He only said this thing about the dog. You're reaching, guys. Because they can't deny the fetish page that you follow. And the fetish clips that you like on Instagram. It's weird. It's weird as fuck. So he tells, leave. Bro, I can't keep doing this. Leave. Leave. Get away from me. You're not a fan anymore. Like, what the hell? What the hell? I just watched that video. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. I have autism. Be ashamed if someone... Oh, the most humble and peaceful dog sitting in his passenger seat here. Be ashamed if someone jacked it off. I joke. Really throwing us off the scent there, dude. Really throwing us off the scent there, man. 100% unnecessary. Good luck. Little smiley face. Yo, what the hell? Guess it's magic. Ta-da. You know what I mean? It's just a weird stuff. We go over the Strickland thing again, which needs some answers, to be honest with you. Which really needs it. Lamouth, been telling people this was like a poor attempt of a joke. The majority of public knows it. This is about the puppy thing that I mentioned. Sometimes you miss, but shooters shoot. I'm trying real hard not to make a school shooter joke here. I'm so edgy and quirky. What the hell? You know what I mean? And this is the thing that no one's addressing, and he's not addressing. You are following fetish pages. Simple as that, dude. You are following fetish pages. You know what I mean? It's weird as fuck. And this is the other thing that I brought up earlier. I flicked my dog's soft willy while patting its belly, and I thought it was funny. You know what I mean? All of the acts on their own are weird enough. Okay? Playing with it is weird enough. That's not jerking off. You've never seen real jerking off. You know what I mean? All of the weird stuff on its own is weird enough, dude. It really is weird enough on its own. You are following dog fetish pages online. Simple as that. And that's the thing that no one's addressing. That's the cement that holds everything together. It changes the connotation of everything you do with your dog and everything you say about your dog that's already weird on its own, but at a push could be explained. That video can't be explained. And it's tainted massively by the fact that you are into dog fetishes. And I proved that. Check the other video. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Toodle Pip. I'll see you later. Goodbye.